What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Beyond the Gym Floor. Today we are talking about efficiency. So what holes do you have in your business that are costing you time that's not allowing you to train the amount of clients that you potentially could because you're spending too much time per client per week? We go down into how to contact leads, how to set up automations, onboarding, sales, and even down into like your check-ins and programming styles to make sure that your business is as efficient as possible to maximize the outcomes that you get. While you're here, may as well just hit the like, follow, subscribe, comment, do something during this episode to just help this episode get a little bit more reach. Get it out to more people, help us with the mission, 1 million outcomes affected in the fitness industry. One of the ways we do that is through the podcast, helping you have a better business to serve more people and get better results. Because we know you're a good trainer, you just need a little bit of help in running a better business. Enjoy the episode. We'll see you soon. You're so nervous. I love it.
No, I just don't know like what we're going to talk about.
My favorite's when you get
what, nervous, Jason?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair. Are you still using that posting app thing?
Metrical? Yeah.
I thought it was cool. See, I didn't know the name. I thought it was called Mystical.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
Mystical. Yeah.
Yeah, Metrical.
Yeah. Okay. I haven't gone down that rabbit hole yet.
Yeah. I like it.
Is it working?
I don't know if reach is down or not because I'm using it or just because I post 11 times a week.
Yeah.
So the net reach per post is probably down.
Yeah.
But the net engagement over the week is better.
Yeah.
Because I don't miss.
Yeah. That's good. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fair.
And yeah, like leads and stuff is consistent. Conversations is good.
Yeah.
So it's landing. I just want to be probably a little more targeted with my content. There's a couple of like value posts that I need to get right each week.
Yeah. I find it hard to put them in.
Yeah.
The value ones.
Yeah.
Like
so much.
Where? Well, we already it's like you already do a value post.
Yeah.
Because we're here.
Correct.
And then they go out on two different channels, and then you got your own page, and you're like, do I?
Yeah. So I also write. So I write the learn one. I write pick it up fitness. I write you strong. When I get to me, I'm like, I won't talk about sets and reps anymore.
Yeah. Then I also feel like they should just come over to the I've just been lazy as it lately and just collabing some of the stuff from Fit.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, well, it's
the same.
It's what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's like, here we are.
Yeah.
So I'm like, result.
Yeah. So I've got the
personal brand
technique
stuff.
videos at the moment. I don't know if they're a huge hit.
Yeah. Actually, I've got to go through those because I did the YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
Two workouts. Should have seen me, bro, trying to let the girls do it.
Yeah.
Just like hovering over them like helicopter dad.
Do it my way.
Yeah, it's like,
yeah.
So do you know what you're doing?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. It was just, I'm like, do I need to be here? They're just like, no, you can stay.
Probably better if
like,
you're not.
Yeah, next time I'm just not going to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny. I thought I was being helpful, and I just like halfway through it realized I wasn't.
Yep. Yeah, I need to be not.
And then like, they said something, and then like I just couldn't help myself, and I was just like, yeah, but what about this? And I was like, they're supposed to not even know I'm here. Like in the video. All of a sudden the video just like turns to me like, what is he doing here?
Yeah. I'm going to leave now.
Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah.
But anyway, growth.
Yeah, it's a challenge. It's a challenge.
Stepping back is hard.
Yeah. Even just like I'm writing the content a month ago and never seeing it again.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a weird.
Yeah.
Not having your identity attached. Like, you know how you do the post and just like, oh, I don't want to even. Just going to put that out there and walk away.
Yeah.
Like those risky posts. It's like, I don't know. I wrote it a month ago.
Yeah. I wrote in my journal the other day. I'm like, this is rough. Like, letting people do shit.
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
Yeah. How's journaling going?
I only do it when I need to. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not an everyday at the moment.
Yeah.
But I feel like I got my shit together for a little bit. I'm in a good groove right now.
Trying to do 40 days, 40 nights.
Yeah.
So AM, PM.
Yeah.
I think it's like 4 to 5 prompts. Voice note response. I actually do it in the shower.
Oh, yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah. Yeah. My journaling's good. I know when I need it.
Yeah.
It's like scattered brain.
Yeah, overwhelm.
I'm just like, bro, you need to put your mind on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, when I feel like there's just not enough minutes in the day.
Yeah.
I'm just like, bro, just write it out. You're sweet, man.
Yeah.
Or if I'm, just worrying about shit that doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many times do you say that to someone? Like,
You're worrying about shit that doesn't matter.
or you're like, you need to write out on a piece of paper why you're worried, and you'll realize it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I reckon I say that like 5 times a week, and every now and then, like, I say it to someone, I just know they're not going to receive it well, and I'm like, brother, I used to be like you.
Yeah.
I used to be a meathead.
Yeah.
Think I was too big for this.
Yep.
And I'm like, trust me, do it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So
It's pretty. I'd be really curious to see how you found the chat one,
I haven't done it yet.
because it comes back to you with stuff.
Yeah.
And it'll like pat you on the back and then tell you like, hey, you probably need to work on this.
Yeah. I think part of the reason why I probably haven't done it is because like I have a ritual for the journaling.
Yeah.
So it's like sit at coffee, book,
Yeah.
pen, sit on my seat, not at my computer.
I think there's value to the pad and pen thing,
Yeah.
especially like you're using it for like the brain dump. I feel like you would still do that.
Yeah.
You would just have daily prompts that are like centering.
Yeah. Well, I guess I could just put my earbuds in and write it out. Like, you know what I mean? Use chat through the...
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's working at the moment. I'm finding
Yeah.
it.
Or even just screenshot it
Yeah. Yeah. But
if you can read your handwriting.
I can't. When I write on, like, I just brain dump, I'm
Yeah.
like, I can... Tomorrow, I won't even know what this says.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fucked.
Yeah.
My handwriting's fucking terrible.
Especially when you don't care. Like, it's not
Yeah,
following
I
what's
write
the
like
journal.
I'm in the 5th grade again.
Yeah.
Like, like even the way I put the letters together, it's like a line.
Yeah.
A line.
Yeah, I was looking at the whiteboard before. I was like,
Yeah.
when we did it, I was like, I don't want to write on the whiteboard
Yeah.
because it's going to be terrible.
Yeah, that's all. Look, that's probably some of my best work.
Yeah.
That's still pretty shit.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So I did a business audit with someone during the week. You got face-to-face, online, and massage.
Yeah.
Doing really well face-to-face and massage. Doing okay with online, but not charging enough.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, all right, well, the first thing we need to do is, like, he's got a family, got a little one. It's like, we need time.
Yeah.
You have none. So I thought, when we look at the people that come through Standout, we're obviously selling Breakout at the moment, which is like at $1,000, which is, depending on how much you charge. What's the average rate you reckon now? $50-$60? Maybe probably more, because most people have to do 45s. Hey,
I reckon like,
it's about $80.
we go like off an hourly rate. I don't know, like
Surely it's 100.
120.
Yeah.
I reckon
So,
it'd be 120.
Essentially, you're adding.
So it's $80 for 45 minutes, right?
You're
So-
adding 8 to 10 hours. Let's say.
Yeah.
So you make an extra $1,000.
Yeah.
But you're adding 8 to 10 hours a week, face to face with people.
Yeah.
There's a little bit extra in terms of time and like programming and like back end work. Not a lot. Shouldn't be a lot if you follow what I'm about to tell you.
Yeah.
But that's the consideration. And I think a lot of people, and you've seen it with your coaching, we've seen it in Stand Out a lot. People that have systems that work for 10 clients,
Oh man.
and when they get to 20, they shit the bed.
Yeah.
And I had an inquiry come through yesterday. It was just like, oh, I keep getting to like 35 and then I peel
drop
back to
it off.
25. And I get to 35 and I peel back to 35. It's
Yeah.
like, even in his words, was just like the service drops. Like, I know the quality is not as good because it's just too busy.
Yeah.
You don't have the time
You
to
just can't
dedicate.
sustain. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Or something drops once you get to that amount. And that's also a sign that what you're doing isn't going to... That can't take you to the next level.
Correct.
You can't break through that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it happens a lot, man.
Yeah. So I thought it'd be cool to go through kind of like this from the sign-up process all the way through.
Yeah.
And just identify what efficiencies you can have when you're still trying to build your business.
Yeah, bro.
So assuming you
Absolutely.
still got leads coming in and you want to make that whole process more efficient. I know you had someone that was like, I don't want to put on 3 people because it's like fucking 6 hours of
Mate,
work.
Bro, like, I was just like, why do we always get to this point? Or why do you always get to this point? Because I hadn't worked with her up until she got to these numbers. And I'm like, why can't you break through this? Tell me what you're doing. And I was like manually like working out nutrition through my Fitness Pal, then putting it over to Canva and writing every program from scratch and all this stuff. And I'm like, no wonder you don't want to put on clients because it takes 3 hours to onboard each person.
Yeah.
And then she's like, yeah, that's exactly right. And I'm
Yeah.
like, well, we've streamlined it now.
Yeah.
And she's like, I can't believe like how easy this is now.
Yeah.
And the desire to show up is there.
Yeah.
And she's crushing it now.
So something that I want to do before we start, because this will help. A metric that I've been running with a lot of people lately is understanding the reality of how many sales you need to make per month to maintain your business.
Yeah.
So one of our coaches lost 4 sessions in 2 weeks, I think. So it was like 1 and then a 3 in one hit. And it was like fucking panic stations. Like, fuck, everyone's leaving. Sales have been a little bit harder to come by, blah, blah. And I went back through and I'm like, dude, you've been doing this 9 months. And you've had, I think it was like, in total, 7, 8. So the last quarter was 7. The quarter before that was 2. So it's 9 with 4 now.
Yeah.
So like you lost 13 clients in 9 months.
13 sessions or 13 clients?
Sessions.
Yeah.
Like, bro, that's fucking insane.
It's like 6 clients.
Like,
it's nothing.
Killing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, yes, it came in a wave, and yes, we need to look at why.
Of course.
But
doing really good.
It's insane. And I think what we see is people get to that capacity, and they take the foot off the gas because they made it. I've got the amount of clients now. So let's say we want to do 10K months, which is $2,500 a week.
Yeah. So
$2,500, and we're doing 45-minute sessions at $80.
Yeah, let's do that.
Divided by 80 is 30 sessions a week, 31 sessions.
Yep.
So then we've got divided by 1.5. That's how many clients you'll need.
Correct.
So it's 20 clients doing 1.5 sessions on average. So then we go, so if I have 20, I need to maintain 20 clients per week, and my average week's retention is 26.
Put 18.
18?
Yeah.
I
think that's really, well, I think that's more realistic.
Yeah, cool.
12-week term, 6 weeks
for a
beyond
new
that. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I need to maintain 20 clients per week. My average week's retention is 18 weeks.
Yeah.
How many sales do I need per month?
2.
That'd be 1 and point something.
Yeah, well,
1.2.
I was rounding up because,
Off 2 for a month, yes.
Yeah.
So per month is 4.8. So it's 1.2 per week.
Yeah.
Because we've got 20 clients.
1.2 sessions or 1.2 clients?
Clients.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I thought it was less than that.
18 weeks retention. Honestly, I think it's pretty low. Like, I would have said 26 as most people, and then, like, we were doing 52.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's go. What if it was 26 weeks? I love that I could just typo, and it doesn't care.
So it'll be.
So it's 3 to 4.
I was going to say it'll still be 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, to run a 10K a month business,
Yeah.
you need to make a sale a week.
Yes.
And worst case scenario, your retention rate's better than that, and you just put people online. Oh no, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Because if you're at 10K months, you should be at hybrid level now anyway.
Yeah, you should know if you're doing 10K a month, you should know what your LTV is anyway.
Correct.
So you should have a really good idea what retention is.
Exactly.
So you're like,
yeah, most people don't.
if it's 18, if it's like 18 months,
yeah,
like you have to make sale a month.
1 a month. Yeah. Most people don't know though.
I know,
and that's the challenge. So in this situation, we get into a point where it's like, well, I'm doing the 30 sessions. I'm making my $2,500. I'm dominating, but you still have to make sales.
Yeah.
And while you've got that many clients and you're busy and whatever, if you're not efficient with it, you stop posting on socials. You stop doing outreach. You stop doing all the shit that brings people coming in. And it's just a bit of a reality check that like, hey, every week you need to make a sale.
And you just pick up the ball when you need it, which is too late.
Correct. Yeah, and that's why you end up panicked.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, now we need to go through how do we make things efficient enough that you can continue your marketing and sales and your service part of the business and not be in one or the other.
Do you think on top of that, it's the understanding that an actual business has all plates spinning at all times?
100%.
Because I don't think it's just time. I think it's like, knowing that you always have to market,
Yeah.
knowing you always have to sell, knowing you always have to serve your clients, knowing you always have to think about retention, like that people will just push until they get set outcome and then peel back and then wonder why they're in the same place again. It's like, it's because the wheels aren't always in motion, bro.
Yeah.
Like, time increases the likelihood of putting the wheels in motion, and systems are absolutely part of that. But I know, like, even just some of the people we've worked with in Standout and some of the one-to-one mentoring we do, when they get that breakthrough moment, it is the realization of, like, becoming an actual business owner.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, hang on a minute, this is how it is.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, man, every week there's strategic marketing. Every week you're showing people what you can do for them. You're trying to get them to opt in on your offer. You're also serving your clients. You're also doing your back-end system work. You're also doing resources. You're also doing all of the things that your clients want that come up on the fly. And it's like, that's your life.
Yeah. That stat does so many things. Because it also removes, maybe it doesn't remove, but it should start to remove the idea that people will stay forever and no one ever leaves. Because people get in that trap too. And they take it so personally when someone leaves. It's like, this is normal.
Yeah, just go find a new one.
Like, their normal metrics, like 26 weeks is normal. So if you want to do 30 sessions, people are going to leave every 26 weeks.
Absolutely.
And you've only got 20 of them, which means someone leaves 3 out of 4 weeks.
Yeah, because when you look at the timeline and the overlap.
Yeah. Every month, 3 people are going to leave.
Yeah.
Every month. That doesn't mean you're shit.
It's just how it is.
Correct. So, what do we mean by working less but having more clients? Less time input per client allows you to have more clients.
Yep.
So if you can have a good system for onboarding, like we're not taking 3 hours, you could spend, if your onboarding takes half an hour, it's 2.5 hours extra you have per week to serve clients.
Yeah.
Right? So you can drive to a higher ceiling.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to optimize. All right, so starting with lead gen. We need to look at what happens when you get an inquiry and how do you get an inquiry. So you have inbound, someone DMs you, someone opt-ins for the club gives you a lead, you've got someone coming to you to want to work with you. How do you get that person into buying from you in the shortest possible time, the most repeatable, predictable, and outcome-based way possible? Because you don't want to compromise getting the close, right? So that lead comes into you, we know speed to response matters.
Yeah, absolutely. Response time's key everywhere.
Yeah. So getting back to them in the shortest possible time, we noticed a 5x return at U-Strong when we moved from when we can to within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
5x.
Yep.
It's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah.
Took our cost per sale from like $225 to like $80.
It's ridiculous.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane. And if you think about that, it's like, oh, you're not paying for marketing. It's like, yeah, but you're paying in time.
Yeah.
Because every lead that you don't close is another one you have to find.
Yeah. Do you think, like, does the touch point thing hold true here too, though? Like, what if they don't answer that first time? Like, how many coaches give up after that?
100%.
Like, should they double dial? Should they try and contact this person like 5 times over like 5 days? Like,
so step 1, those inbound leads, you need to do everything you can to get them in front of you.
Yeah.
So that is the double dial 2 times a day for at least 3 days with a follow-up text.
Yeah.
100%. Done. Once you get the feedback, I prefer, where possible, especially if it's a phone call, but even if you've got someone come to you in the DMs or an email, is getting the time from them and then booking them into my booking system.
Yeah.
Because it just negates the chance that there's loss.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you have too many leads, send them your link.
Yeah, yeah.
Fine.
You don't want to give them the choice.
What percentage of people have ever come to us and be like, oh, I've just got this problem where, like, I have too many leads?
Yeah.
Fucking none. So, there's so many business coaches that have made it to a level that they do have too many leads.
Yeah, so
they teach people a method that actually puts friction in place, and it's not going to work.
Agreed.
So do everything you can, treat every lead like gold, and do everything you can for every lead, because time to get a new lead is going to be greater than the input of those 5 messages.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we do that. We take their details, we put them in the booking system. The booking system should make the consult more efficient.
Yep.
And it should build value, and it should increase the likelihood that you're going to close. A lot of this efficiency is making sure that you turn that lead into a client. If you can get 10 leads and 9 clients, is a way more efficient process than 20 leads and 3 clients.
Yeah.
You're fucking wasting so much time.
Absolutely. Burning so many leads too.
So you need a piece of hero content, who you work with, what problems you solve, evidence of you solving it, what to expect after working with you. Get that to them. Give me a PDF, give me a YouTube video. For us, it's usually a podcast. Something that's like, this is what you're walking into and what to expect.
Correct.
Your pre-exercise questionnaire / information gathering, needs analysis, goals, obstacles, essentially your consult is sent before they get to you.
Yeah.
You're not sitting down with someone in a consult to do the ESSA form.
Yeah, agreed. I think I've kind of come back and forth with like trying to get a piece of hero content that's really easy for like a newer coach. I think some form of scorecard.
Yep.
And with the prospect understanding you're going to unpack the holes in the consult.
Yeah.
I think that's a really low friction way. So that people don't sit there and they're like, oh, I don't have a podcast. And, it's like, oh, I'm not good with Canva. It's like, could you create a quiz that shows holes in someone's current approach that you're going to fill the gaps with in the consult? That's going to increase the likelihood of them going. I think that's the easiest. The
lowest friction.
Yeah, just application straight off the bat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So write down all the outcomes that you get when you coach people.
Yeah.
And then create a quiz to see if they're getting them now.
Yeah. Yeah. It has a score. And then they're like, cool, we're gonna show you how to get 100% of this on the call.
There's the outcomes
in the consult, yeah.
So we've got that also becomes your consult then too, which is a nice easy overlap.
It's an absolute layout, which is kind of what we do. I mean, we still send them the podcast, but we get them to do the scorecard as well.
Yeah, we have both.
Yeah.
So that saves heaps of time.
Yeah.
You must have a booking system.
Absolutely.
You can have Calendly's free for one option.
You get one
you
link.
get reminders. You can customize what's in those reminders. So you can put the links in there. You can change the way the wording is.
Even the paid version's cheap. It's like $2-3 a week.
So again, you're increasing the likelihood of someone showing up by building all of these things in. So you're saving time.
Correct.
When you sit down in the consult starts at rapport and value, not, can you please fill this ESSA form out?
Yeah.
Like, I remember teaching sales and be like, like when they come in and they do the ESSA form, I always had this joke, like, hey, just fill this out, make sure you're not going to die. It's like, now we don't need to do that. No. There's technology that's fucking done before they get there.
Yeah.
And imagine getting in and someone's like, yeah, I've got a heart condition. Like, cool.
What can we do now?
Yeah. Off to the GP you go.
Yeah.
Like,
let's just chat.
Cool. So then we have marketing that's going to bring in outbound leads.
Yep.
Or outreach that's going to bring in leads. So it's phone calls, it's content creation. What are you doing to attract people to you, and how do you make that more efficient? The biggest thing I think people miss with their content creation is they're doing it reactively every day.
Yeah, it's need a plan.
Yeah. I think minimum 4 weeks batching is like minimum standard.
Yeah, absolutely.
And no one does it.
Posting schedule and then planning the 4 weeks ahead and knowing what type of content's going to go on each day. You get clarity on that, everything becomes easier. Yeah. Likelihood. And then, the more exposures you have, like the more authority, everything just flows on from there, right? Yeah. More value, etc.
And it just, even the fucking emotional energy, when you're talking about like people feel busy, feeling like you have to fucking come up with a post every day is so hard.
Yeah.
So I know one of my clients recently, I was like, so she was like doing all of her content per week on a Friday. It was taking like 3 or 4 hours. Yeah. Like, okay, how long does it take you to get going? It's like, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So cool. So you get in the creative zone after 30 to 40 minutes and you do that 4 times a week. Yeah. Could you sustain that? Well, you are for 3 hours. You're just being inefficient with your content creation.
Yeah.
If everything was written out and all you had to do was go in and film it, could you write it out, go film it, and do 4 weeks in the same 3 hours that you're spending now? Yeah. Cool. So instead of wasting the hour and a half
just batch.
per month of warm-up time, you can just go do it.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's huge. Batching content is everything.
Agreed.
All right. Bookings and automations we have covered. So Calendly is a good one. Square's okay.
Yeah, Google, whatever it is that people use.
Yeah, I wouldn't use Google Calendar because you won't get their automations and all
I
that
think someone
kind of stuff.
said that they can...
They might have an appointment setter one.
Yeah, or you've got to have their email address or something.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because then it would you'd add them into the appointment, so it would send it to their calendar.
Yeah.
But it's still not foolproof.
Yeah, it's the being able to send the resources.
Whatever booking system you have, that the other person can see that when their booking is.
Correct.
That's what you want.
Yeah, and they're getting those reminders.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so getting into the consult itself and the sales process.
Yeah.
So and this might sound counterintuitive to the save time thing, I still believe in the 2-session model face-to-face.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you're going to maximize your outcomes.
Yeah.
So think about, again, if we need to make 5 contacts to get someone to come in, 90% of people are going to come in, so we get a little bit of a drop-off there. Spending the extra half an hour, like we do half an hour's, spending the extra half an hour with someone doing the second session versus trying to sell on the first to improve your close ratio by 25%?
More. Let's do the math, right? So you got 26 weeks. Let's even do it at 1 session a week, right?
Mm-hmm.
So would you spend an extra half an hour with someone to make between $2,000 and $3,000?
Yeah.
Because that's the cost of a sale.
Yeah.
If that was someone's got 26-week client lifetime, retention.
Yeah.
That's what that extra half an hour is probably costing some people who don't have authority, don't have people coming to them. And you're having to show them all of that, the authority, you're good at your job, you can get them the outcome. That extra half an hour is a no-brainer for me.
And if you can do 30 minutes twice, so it's an hour.
Yeah.
And you get 10 leads or you get 10 opportunities to sell.
Yeah.
That's going to be 10 hours.
Yeah.
If you try and pull it down to 5 and you lose 25% of your sales, you're going to end up at the same time. Doing the single, it's like, I'm doing too much free time. It's like, no, you're going to end up literally the same.
Yeah.
Because you're going to spend 5 hours, but you're not going to close as many people. You're going to close half of them.
Yeah.
You're only going to close 5 instead of 8.
You got to read the room on the type of lead. It's like in a health club gym, not many people really understand what who you are, what you can do for them. Some people still don't know what personal training is as much as we know that most people have had an experience.
Yeah. Or worse, they do and it's shit.
Yeah, correct. Correct. So then if you eliminate that second exposure, which is literally like an experience of your service.
Yeah.
You eliminate that out because of whatever reason you think you're too good for it or someone's told you that. That is just an uphill battle. You're just burning leads, in my opinion.
What I would argue too, and I don't have data on this, that first 2 weeks would be the strongest predictor of client retention in terms of length.
Yeah, 100%.
Of anything else.
Yeah, of course.
Can you create more buy-in, more excitement, more likelihood that someone's going to follow the plan if you do 2 sessions than if you did 1?
Of course. Absolutely.
So if you can do that and you take your 26 weeks to 40, you turn $2,500 into $5,000.
Yeah, and then you turn...
and you don't have to do that other hour.
You turn three sales a month into 2 sales a month.
Correct.
Or your 1.5 sales a month because you've doubled the time that someone spends with you.
So you're saving
less
an hour
pressure
a week.
Everywhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
agreed.
To avoid spending half an hour is costing you an hour a week, plus the emotional energy, plus the calls, plus the outreach, plus all the shit you've got to do to get that person right.
Yeah, and I think we always talk about momentum. Yeah, it's like when you win, you win again.
Yeah.
So it's just like set yourself up to fucking win.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the best way to do it.
All right. My average online consults are probably still similar length to that hour. Yours?
Nah.
Less? 30
Way
minutes?
less.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, 20, 25.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I've got real qualified
Yeah.
leads. So that's a caveat. Like most people are landing either off a referral,
Yeah.
or I've done a bit of groundwork beforehand because I'm really trying to just make sure we're the right fit. So I'll do the whole like, how long you been training for?
Yeah.
And if it's
all
like
that,
over 2 years, I'm like, cool, tick.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing at the moment? Type thing, tick.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, cool, this is the call. So I have to do a lot of, and then they've done the scorecard, they've done the questionnaire. So it's like a lot of the work's done. So I'm just like, cool, let's talk again over what you're going to get and the problems and the obstacles, and then I'm just like, this is what we do, this is how much it is.
Yeah.
When do you want to start?
So I think I spend the second half of that building their plan.
Yeah. I just tell them,
Yeah.
this is what it's going to do, this is what we're going to do.
Yeah. So I don't mind spending that hour online. Again, it's like the same as I would spend face to face, but I've got a client who cares more about their outcomes, who's more invested. So I'm happy to.
Yeah, absolutely.
And literally, what I do then is I've written out the plan already.
Yeah, so then you onboarding.
When I go build it, it's like I've already got their plan starting macros. I've already got what program they're going to do. Like it's already done.
I'll do as long as it needs to be done.
Yeah,
but it's very rarely past 40 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, like most of the groundwork's done for the onboarding, so then you're just like, sweet, here.
Let's
all you
go.
got to do is write the program.
Correct. Yeah. What tips would you have to, I guess, like streamline selling?
Practice it.
Yeah.
You streamline selling by having a structure so you don't deviate. Because people once they drag it out and it becomes inconsistent is because they don't have steps. So if you go, here's phase 1 to 5 or step 1 to 5 or A to E, whatever, then you just need to go from here to here to here. If you don't have that, you go over there and you come back here, and then you lose them and then you're trying to get them back. Like that's when you're not streamlining it. So have a structure.
Yeah.
Have a sales deck. Take it, like have a process. Everything we give you guys and stand out and break out PT.
Yeah.
And then just practice it. I can do it without even looking at the sales deck now.
Yeah, because done it 100 times.
Yeah, because connect, assess, solve, and roll. Done.
Yeah.
It's like, cool. Like, if I just do that, I will win.
Every single time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a question in Q&A this week, like how important is having the sales deck, and we were just like, it's everything.
It's everything, especially at the start. I used to have a folder. I used to have a printout. We both, we both did. We just this.
And then it went to a tablet.
First page, second page, third page, fourth page. Like, it gave someone visual, but it was for me. But I made it for them.
Yeah.
And I was always like pointing at it and shit. I'm like, fuck, thank God I had this.
Yeah, because I forgot what I was supposed to say.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, can't recommend it enough.
Yeah, I agree. Onboarding hacks. Time saving for onboarding.
If it's a repeat task, try and find a way to duplicate it. So, look, people struggle with onboarding because they don't actually know what everybody needs. So let's start again. Grab a checklist.
Yeah.
What does everybody need when they start? So they need access to their program. So it might be on a training app. It might be on a fucking Google Sheet, whatever. They're always going to need the program itself. They're going to need their nutrition and all their resources and stuff. So you've got to work out all of that. Like, where does it live? How do people get access to it? You need a procedure that is already made. So when someone comes, they get that stuff.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
And then you have to audit the delivery on each of those things within that checklist.
Yeah.
So it's like, and that's where one of the girls at the one-to-one mentoring, like, we did that audit. I'm like, all right, what are you delivering and how long does everything take?
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's too long.
Yep.
That's too long. That's too long. And it's like, cool. How do we fix it?
Yeah. What I said to the client during when we did this audit was like, he laughed. His response was literally just like guttural laughter. And I was like, you need to not be asked a question in your first week.
Yeah.
When you can get to that stage, your automations are where they need to be.
Yeah.
So it's like, and we've got it happening with one of our programs at the moment. It's like the way it's sent is a little bit weird.
Yeah.
And it's like previous exposure and it's changed. And it's just like, oh, they're not reading it, so it's not good enough.
Yeah. It's like ownership, right?
Yeah. We have to, if we've got this question more than once, it needs to be solved.
Absolutely.
So when you sit down and do your checklist, it should be, how much of this can I not do?
Yeah.
So you shouldn't be telling someone how to pair their nutrition app with the training app. There should be a resource that does that.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be walking through how to fill out your program. There's a resource that does that. Like all of that should be automated from the beginning.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to set the parts that are customized to that person.
Yeah.
Customizing what I hope for most people is a blueprint of a program, not building it from scratch. Customizing for the individual, customizing their nutrition plan, and getting them to whatever communication platform you need them to.
Yeah, the programming one's the biggest one. Like, I know people have, they've looked to other people of influence and they've put the flag on the hill that, like, every program needs to be written from scratch and you should be spending 2 to 3 hours on each program. I just fucking can't subscribe to that, man.
Yeah.
Like, if you have a demographic of people that you consistently work with and then you have really specific outcomes that they want to achieve, you should be able to periodize 3 to 4 training blocks sequenced in a row on fat loss, muscle gain, strength, whatever it is, a combination of all of them. And the things that you're going to personalize are maybe some focal points that people need development-wise if it is a bodybuilding type goal, or it's capabilities based on the patterns and overall training volume. Yeah,
and access to equipment is the only other thing you put in there.
Absolutely.
An example of this I find is hilarious. We were chatting to Adrian about it when we had the boys session.
Yeah.
And it was like, I wrote this blog for myself and I was so fucking excited about it. And then I was like, I did this blog 6 months ago.
Yeah,
you just end up writing the same shit. And then even like when we do our programming module, every single time I write those live with the guys. I'm like, feedback, what are we going to do? Where are we putting this? What are we, blah, 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 blah. It's like half an hour to build out the exercise selection. And there's always one of my clients will be in the call, be like, fuck, that looks familiar.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like, so you landed in the same fucking place. Doesn't matter whether I spent 3 hours on it or 3 minutes on it.
Yeah, it's just
the outcome came out the same.
Yeah, it's just like some person, and I'll say of influence, to put it in a nice way, is just trying to sell you a scare tactic so that you go into like their program building, program and their course and shit. It's like, you can still do that. But it's like you don't have to sell the fear of like everything being built up from scratch. I just said to Bree, I'm like, tell me the client you train. Young, wants to build build glutes, delts, needs to learn how to get strong, train hard. Yeah. I'm like, cool. So show me, like, how do you program for all of them? Oh, they all are really the same because they're all kind of like not so tall and this and that. And I'm like, okay, so write 6 programs for one of those people. Yeah. And I'm like, does that look familiar to you? She's like, oh my God. Yeah. And I'm like, cool. So now if someone doesn't have a hack squat, if someone doesn't have this, if someone needs more glutes, if someone needs less this, you just tinkering, how much time is that going to save you? Yeah. And I'm like, can you tell me to my face, if they do those programs, they're not going to get results? Yeah. Can you tell me? Yeah. She's like, no.
And is your 3-hour version going to be any better when you know nothing about them yet?
Yeah. No. And it's like, well, why were we able to do fucking GVT and Smolov and all these Ed Cohen's deadlifting program? Why were we able to do all of those things pre the internet? Yeah. But we're not allowed to do the same program twice now. Yeah. With 2 different people. Like, where did we lose that, bro? Yeah. Like, it's like you give the person what they need. It's like, if you're giving someone what they don't need because you just have it there, that's bad business.
Agreed.
But if you're giving someone something it needs and it's still specific to their capabilities and all of that, that is still 100% on board.
Yeah. Next step is you've got them on board. They're doing the thing. They're going to do their check-in.
Yeah.
What's your average check-in length?
As in reply?
Yeah. How long does a check-in take you?
Between 1 minute and 11.
Yeah, I would say the same.
Yeah.
I'd probably average 5, I reckon.
Yeah. Some people need a lot more. You know, you got 25% of people will take up 75% of your time, right?
Yeah.
So
always that client at the first new block.
It doesn't matter if you're the 25%, okay? Because some people are like, oh, I hope I'm not that. Yeah. I'm like, me too, stop it. Nah. But yeah, it's like 25% of the people take up 75% of the time. You know, you got people in contest prep doing the thing. I'm like, cool, good job. Like, you know, so that's not going to take very long, especially if it's like the first phases of prep, you're like, you hit all your macros, you did your training, you did everything, and we dropped the 800 grams, whatever.
Yeah.
And then you got those people who had a bad week, they're sending you through some lifts, you need to critique some stuff, and you need to go back and forth and whatever. It's like, that's going to take a little bit more time. But I never sit there and go, I have to spend 8 minutes with everyone.
Yeah.
Like, I just give what you need. Like,
so the reason I think we're able to do that, because I imagine that's probably shorter than what most people do. I sat down with someone this week who was typing their responses, and I was like, bruh, Loom video. Yeah. She's like, is that faster? I'm like, I pull up my check-in and read through it and give all the feedback while I'm going. What do you think's more valuable for the client?
Yeah.
What do you think takes less time?
I
and she was
also,
like, fuck.
Without getting into the robot thing, that is the one thing that you can do where they can see your face and hear your voice.
Yeah.
Like, a robot's going to be able to do that too.
We could literally screenshot someone's check-in now and put a check-in reply in.
Yeah, you could just type it. Yeah, so you don't want to do that. You're typing it, I would just never want to do that unless the internet's really poor and you can't record.
Correct.
Which I do every now and then, like if I'm traveling
and shit, yeah.
Yeah, but you absolutely, I think...
even then I still voice message.
It's not gold standard anymore. It's the standard.
Yeah.
I think like a Loom record for an online coach, I think.
Yeah. And that's a good point to make.
I think a face-to-face coach, like, just do it in your session.
Well, that is the biggest fucking waste of time. Sorry if you do this, but I'm really passionate about it. It's the biggest waste of time in your business to send an online check-in to a face-to-face client.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like, what isn't that what the session they're paying for?
It's like 75% of the time you spend with them is not lifting weights.
Yeah.
And you're going to talk about what, footy? Like, do the check-in.
I can't believe it either.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, that is a really silly decision, I think.
Absolutely, I agree.
I think it's valuable to get your client to sit down and think about their goals and their actions for 10 minutes and to do the check-in outside of that face-to-face time. But they're more than likely not going to, and they'll need to do it at the start of the session. But that should happen while it's there.
Yeah, I think it's a really easy way to add unnecessary work to your workload.
And that makes no difference for the client.
Yeah, and it's also a really hard way to bridge someone to online coaching afterwards.
Correct.
Because they're just like, why do they pay for all this stuff? And like,
yeah, I get you.
So why? Yeah, and I get you. So why would I just like take all that away? Where if you don't do the check-in and you do it in the session, then you're like, cool. So we actually do your check-in separately now. Obviously, the session fee is a little bit less, but you get everything you need, structure, accountability, etc. You can just go to the gym whenever you want.
Yeah,
and it's like that's a much easier sell.
Second worst practice that's a big time waster is phone call check-ins.
Bro, you know my feelings on these, eh? I'm just like, why would you moved to an online method to get flexibility back? Why would you go to trading time for money again and turn yourself into a telemarketing business? Like, I can see the sentiment of real-time feedback, building relationships, having the back and forth immediately. However, I reckon I would need to do that with one client every 6 weeks.
Agreed.
Like, and realistically, when I look at what happens with my client book, every now and then I'll just be like, hey, let's jump on a call because this is better done immediately. But that's not I haven't made that commitment. I've just made a judgment call that's the best thing for me and that person.
Yeah.
That's a better method in my opinion because it still gives you the flexibility, but it still allows you to make that judgment call just to get the most out of that person when you need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's a bad business model. Stop doing that shit.
Do all those things. You will save a shitload of time.
Fucking oath.
You're going to get the most out of every lead that comes through. No one's getting too many leads, so maximize that. Make sure that every lead you get has the maximum chance of becoming a client. Keep them. Spend that little bit of extra time that's going to increase your retention. Make sure you have things systemized like appointment settings, sending out resources, all that kind of stuff. Make sure that your onboarding process is efficient, that you've got people ready to go, that they're not messaging you and asking questions for that first week. You want to be reaching out to them and be like, hey, you're having fun. Not, hey, this is how to connect your app. Like, that stuff should be all systemized, ready to go. And then don't get caught up in trying to add value, thinking that value is just like how much time you spend on the client. Your value is getting a result. How do you best optimize getting the result that serves both the client and serves you and your business? Don't forget that the business should serve you, not the other way around.
Agreed.
Make sure you hit the like, follow, subscribe, drop a comment. If you're on YouTube, do something.
Show you support your dogs.
Yeah, just help. Just help.
We appreciate it.
Help. No, make the episodes get a little bit further. Any of
Yep.
those things that do actually make a difference on the bottom line for the figures that we look at every week. So do that, please. If you want to work with us, we have Breakout PT. Make an extra $1,000 in the next 6 weeks. Guaranteed we'll work with you for free. If you're a face-to-face health club trainer. If you're more in this like doing pretty good, $2,000, and you're like, fuck, I need systems, I need help. Everything you've just said today, I'm really overwhelmed and everything sucks. Come check out Standout PT and we can help you on that side as well. But for now, we'll see you next week. Enjoy.